my short story view about diabetes. Do you know diabetes is one of the top 10 causes of the death in the world? Of course, besides heart disease and cancer. Diabetes, in 1 minute, 1 from 8 persons die from diabetes. So it is a big problem. In Malaysia itself, 3 million people are dying from diabetes. And the cost of diabetes around the world, $147 million. And there is many predisposing factors for the development of diabetes. One of them is insulin resistance. We must know what is the insulin resistance. Insulin resistance, the body produces insulin, but the cell cannot use as effectively. So, it will be development diabetes. And alarming increase diabetes is connected and associated with many environmental and lifestyle factors, like diet, obesity, physical inactivity. Available therapies to treatment insulin resistance and diabetes itself had many side effects, but not with the compound from King of Peters. We know King of Peters, Hambodibomi is a happy plant cultivated in Malaysia and China and India. So my research will focus on using this compound for 2 weeks in obese mice model that hold insulin resistance. We found this compound can have ability to restore blood glucose level and pancreatic cell repair. And we found this demonstrated. We demonstrated this the first time. This compound works in a novel way to induce pancreatic cell repair in diabetic mice. My research promising at this time, and this compound from King of Peter hold great promising to successful treatment of insulin resistance and eventually diabetes itself. Thank you so much.
Wow! 2.5.
Good morning, everybody. Do you know that all of you are in danger of contracting a neglected killer disease? This disease is called Minutes. Having been in this region, Malaysia, a Southeast Asian, the disease is most common in this region, the whole of the world. This condition can be treated by antibiotic treatment, yet the organism, Bacteria pseudomallei, because of this condition, is intrinsically resistant to most of the clinically available antibiotics. This organism, Bacteria pseudomallei, exists in various genetic types. They are transmitted through contaminated soil and water. So any consumption of contaminated water or contact with contaminated soil will result in this killer disease. My research is looking into the various genetic types of this organism and their antibiotic susceptibility and resistance pattern. In such a way, at the end of this research, what we want to do is that we hope to know the different genetic types and their different susceptibility, so that whenever a patient is identified with any of these genetic types, treatment will be selected for that patient easily and given the appropriate treatment. Thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel when a splash of a hot cooking oil touch your hands during the frying? Yeah, it is very painful. And burns are very painful. And the people who suffer from burns not only gone through a physical pain but also a psychological pain. And they lose the hope of living in this beautiful world. According to the World Health Organization, millions of people suffer annually because of these burns, and thousands of people die because of these burns, and it is a major cause of disabilities in the low and middle income countries of the world. But burns are treatable, and plastic surgery and grafting is one of the procedures by which we can treat the severe burns. In my research, we cryopreserve the skin graft using Antarctic yeast antifreeze proteins. But do you know what is the problem in application of this technique? The ice crystals. Because on cryopreservation with very low temperature like -10 and -20s, these larger ice crystal damages the tissue. So we used an Antarctic yeast for treating these wounds, and this Antarctic yeast having capability to survive in the harshest cold weather of the Antarctica because of these peptides. For clearing my hypothesis, we gone through a series of experimentation. We started from the cells, we tested the tissues by cryopreservation on -10 and -20 degrees Celsius. And distinguished judges, this peptide is working like a magic. Because this peptide having capability to transform the larger ice crystals into the smaller one without damaging the tissue. I am very hopeful that by my research, we will not cryopreserve the skin, but also the vital organs of the body like eyes, like heart, like liver, like kidneys. Thank you very much.
Do you consume fish? What if the fish you consume contains cancer-causing agent? Would you still continue to eat it? Of course not. Now, what is this chemical in fish that is harmful to us? It is the very commonly used chemical in aquaculture known as malachite green. What is malachite green? It is actually a textile dye that people use to color their clothes. And what's the problem with using malachite green in food industry? It can cause toxicity to your gene and can lead to cancer. Since it is a carcinogen, it will be a great concern for consumers. Now, unfortunately, farmers are still using this dye up till today in aquaculture. Why? Because it is very cheap. It is a highly effective antifungals and anti-parasite until farmers claim that malachite green is irreplaceable. Now, what's even worse is when we treat the fish with this dye, this malachite green penetrates the fish muscle and gets converted into a reduced form called leucomalachite green and is able to remain in the fish muscle up till a year. A year is enough for us to grow fish up till 1 kilogram in size, and the size that we are eating on the table is 400 to 500 grams, which takes approximately 5 to 7 months of culture to breed, which is not even enough for the residue to be completely withdrawn out from the fish, even when they were treated during juvenile stage. Now, how do we solve this problem? That is why in my research, I focus on the growth and immune system of the fish, the antioxidant and oxidative status of the fish, the withdrawal period of this dye from the fish, and then develop a rapid detection kit for leucomalachite green in fish. How will you benefit from this research? Back to the first question. Do you consume fish? If your answer is yes, then it is for your safety. It is for all consumers' safety. Next, we can educate farmers to produce fish free from residues of malachite green and export our fish worldwide, which can eventually benefit our nation's economy. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.